Ladies and gentlemen, how the devil are we all doing? It's 12 nearsighted goblins this week, apparently. How intriguing. Welcome to this week's Top 5 Camps, guys, and let me tell you, this is one you do not want to miss. Some of these entries are just, well, you'll see in a minute. So, without further ado, let's take a look at them. In the number 5 spot this week, we have Reasonable Madness, with the cozy Helvetia Bridge home. Now, first things first, the location. What a cool little spot that is. Personally, guys, I've never actually seen a camp built here. I didn't realise you could get so close to Helvetia, but it's there, right in front of you. Now, let me tell you, bridge builds, they're not the easiest to do, because you're trying to force everything within the confines of, you know, the bridge. I've always found when you're building these, clipping issues can be quite a problem, but Reasonable Madness doesn't seem to have struggled with this, and she's pulled it off absolutely fantastically. I just like the fact that you could quite easily walk past this camp, or should I say walk over this camp, and be none the wiser. Aye, top job on the location and the exterior madness. Now, interior-wise, this thing is like a bloody TARDIS. It doesn't look that big from the outside, but once you step into it, there's actually quite a lot of space, believe it or not. The way it's decorated as well is absolutely beautiful. Madness does have a keen eye for detail. All the camps are, you know, really top-notch when it comes to this kind of thing. And this one's no different. I mean, come on, look at it, guys. All the merges we've got going on. The way everything's laid out, yeah, every item in this build has its place. Like I said, guys, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a cozy feel about it. Aye, I really do like this one, Madness. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 5 spot. Very well deserved indeed. Now then, just before we go any further, I want to make you guys aware that your judge this week was Giacomara. And let me tell you, there was a load of bloody entries this time round. I think there was, what, 22, 23 of them? I don't know, it was around that number. So believe me when I say it, Giacomara really did have his work cut out for him this week. So if you could all head over to his channel and show him some love, I'm sure it would be much appreciated. Anyhow, back to the top 5. And in the number 4 spot this time round, we have Knox Platform with the Transformer camp. And this thing is just, oh, it's incredible. Not only has Knox built an actual, you know, transforming robot, and it does transform, we'll get onto that later. He's also built this robot repair shop to go alongside of it. And I'm with Giacomara on this one. He said he absolutely loves the merge of the CD shed into the Nuka-Cola truck. Yeah, it's really clever. And to be honest, I've never seen it before. It does give it a really nice scrappy vibe, along with things like the scaffolding ramp going up to the little tower section as well. Ah yeah, this whole entire little repair shop is really well done. The decor's on point, the exterior looks absolutely fantastic, and there's been some good ideas used. Now then, the pièce de résistance, as the, I don't know, Russians say, yeah, that'll do, is the Transformer robot. Now, the way Knox filmed this is really, really clever. He's done it in segments as if the robot's actually transforming from the car we've got going down here. It is a really cool effect. Nice little bit of editing there, and it does add to the whole, you know, vibe of the video. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Yeah, of course you do. Now, as I mentioned before, this robot can disappear and turn back into a car, and, you know, vice versa. If you weren't aware, guys, you can use spikeboard traps to make an item disappear and reappear at will by activating and deactivating it. It's a cool little trick. It's been around a while, but I'm not sure that many people know about it. Have a search on YouTube. You'll find some videos on it somewhere. Overall, this build was absolutely stunning. The amount of time it must have taken, I wouldn't even like to imagine. Like I said, you've got the robot repair shop, you've got the Transformer itself, which is absolutely incredible, I must say. And then all the other little details like making it, you know, appear and disappear. It all takes time, guys. And might I add, this was all done in Adventure as well, which makes it all the more impressive. Now, the only criticism Giacomara had for this is that he wishes he could have seen more of the robot, but other than that, yeah, 10 out of 10. Thank you very much for entering this week, Knox, and congratulations on the number 4 spot. Incredible work as ever, mate. Coming in at number 3 this week, we have Aussie Kitty Cat with the mid-century Flatwoods House. And ladies and gentlemen, can we just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this build is? It's just so bloody clean, and it actually looks like a house you would see in the real world. Now, the first thing that stands out about this, and Giacomara mentioned it as well, is the roof line. It's really cool, really unique, and yeah, I really do like that. The overhang on it just really sets it off, in my opinion. And the fireplace being used as, you know, obviously it's a chimney, but it looks like a wall feature as well. Yeah, really clever idea, that. Kitty everything about this exterior is gorgeous. You know, the roof line, the different materials you've used, even the underpinnings. It all matches, it flows. Yeah, absolutely stunning work. The interior is just as impressive. Take, for example, this kitchen and the splashback that Ozzy's made here. Apparently, they intrigued Jackamara so much, he loaded up 76 and worked out how she's done them. In short, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Big Steve Sporting Goods signs placed backwards, and it gives a really cool effect, doesn't it? Aye, that is definitely some ingenuity. Basically, the whole interior of this build is really well put together and very cleanly done. As well as the kitchen, we've got some pretty cool merges going on in the bedroom, as you can see here. Simply lovely. And we've even got a custom-made sink here as well. You know, you could have just placed down one of the in-game ones, but no, you've taken the time, Ozzy, to make your own. And I can respect that. Masochism level 27. As ever, Ozzy, you've done some absolutely immaculate work here. Very well done indeed. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 3 spot. Hats off to you, mate. Now then, how are you liking the camp so far? Personally, I'm absolutely loving them. However, I bet some of you viewers out there are thinking, you know what, I could do better than that, I could be in the top 5. And who knows, that may very well be true. However, I don't know unless I see the camps, do I? Believe it or not, I am not a mind reader. However, mon petit fleurs, there is a simple solution to this. Go into the description of this video, click on the Discord link, and you'll be able to submit your camps. It's as easy as that. So go on, join in with the madness, submit your camps, and who knows, you may be in next week's top 5. Anyhow, back to this week's top 5, and in the number 2 spot, we have Hitbit with the arcade hall build, and this thing is absolutely incredible. I bloody well love it. First things first, the exterior. Take a look at that. It's a nice simple shape, but that entranceway, that angle you've got going on, yeah, that totally transforms the look of it. The materials you've used to build it as well, that nice simple brick that you get with a Pittsburgh set. Ah, yeah, that really does make it, you know, look a lot more authentic. I've also noticed that little overlapping wall you've got going on at the back there as well. That's a nice little touch, that is. Fair play to you. Now, the interior of this thing is where it really comes alive. Jackamara said he was extremely impressed with this, and I can see why. I mean, wow, this is absolutely outstanding work. Now, obviously, with this being an arcade, we've obviously got some of the existing in-game, well, games, like that shoot a bloody duck thing there. And of course, things like the football table too. However, where Hitbit has really excelled is on the games he's made himself. Take, for example, that bloody air hockey table. How have you done that? The amount of time that thing must have taken. I mean, I can see some items that I recognise, like the kitchen counters, but the rest of it, I'm still scratching my head. You know, that is some clever shit you've got going down there. Honestly, I don't know how some of you builders actually begin to think about making this kind of stuff. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, of course you do. Now, aside from the hockey table, we've got this claw machine as well. And obviously, guys, it's not an in-game item, is it? That is the result of a shit ton of merging. Now, I can see some parts that I recognise, and I must say that little liberator lamp there, yeah, that is a really clever touch. But again, it's one thing knowing the items that have been used to make it, and another thing knowing how to put them together to create, well, what we see in front of us. That really is bloody intelligent. The creativity levels of some of the builders in this community, oh, it's unreal. Hitbit, I absolutely love this build, and it was my personal favourite this week. As Jackamara said, it's like you're in an actual arcade. It is so bloody immersive and so realistic. And as ever, the way that you filmed it, yeah, top notch. Hitbit, thank you very much for entering this week and sharing this with us. It is absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on the number 2 spot. That claw machine, god damn. Right then, guys, we come to the number 1 spot. And as I said before, there's been over 20 entries this week. And as you can see, it's been a bloody tough one. Unfortunately, though, there can only be one winner. However, I'm going to have to keep you waiting just a little bit longer before I tell you who it is, because it's time for this week's honourable mentions section. Yes. And the first one this week is Exotic Sharks Wolfpack Compound. And let me tell you guys, sharks are a thing that have actually been, you know, close to my heart recently. Remember I told you I rill a few weeks ago? Yeah, put 2 and 2 together. It wasn't pretty. Wife was screaming at me for hours. Anyway, I digress. This build is something that I have not seen in a while, and Jackamara actually reminded me of, you know, where I originally saw this. It's very similar to Bloodied Mess's builds. Now, I'm not saying it's a replica or a copy of Bloody Mess's builds. It's just, you know, similar. I absolutely love these stair builds. They really are a striking kind of design, and the way that Exotic Shark has done it is absolutely incredible. They really are unique, and there is a lot of bloody work that goes into them. And the location as well, yeah, really underappreciated spot this. It's called the Car Range for anybody who's interested. All in all, Shark, you've done an absolutely stunning job on this. Brings back a little bit of nostalgia, and it looks bloody cool as well. Congratulations on the honourable mention. Now, the second honourable mention this week goes to Lanthar with the T-Rex Tea Party. And this is, it's just fun, isn't it? Jackamara absolutely loved the fish tank table, and that in itself is a tricky little bit of work. It's, you know, not a simple thing to do. Aye, it's properly different, properly unique, and I properly bloody love it. The dinosaurs are also fantastic and all. You know, I've mocked these, but again, this is another really cool and unique use for them. I really enjoyed the one with the top hat and the little monocle. There's one there as well, eating Santa. I've only just noticed that. And yeah, look at that as well. The steam coming out of the cups as well. Very nice touch, Lanthar. Again, this is a really fun build. I really do like it. It put a smile on my face. And Lanthar, thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the honourable mention. Right then, so now we come back to the number 1 spot. And I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. This week's winner is Andoril with the Hunter's Lodge build. But this one has a little bit of a twist. It's got a basement. Let's take a look at it. Now, obviously, guys, this is the Hunter's Lodge prefab. You lot really seem to be having some fun with it recently. And yeah, I like to see that. Exterior-wise, Andoril has really made it their own. Take, for example, the White Springs chairs merged in with the log chairs. That is absolutely beautiful. One of the best merges I've seen in a long time. Really does work well. I'm also loving all the vines you've got placed down as well. They really do work well with this build. However, guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Believe me. Just wait and see. The interior is very much like the exterior. Andoril has really made it their own. It is gorgeously decorated. It has a perfect balance between just enough decoration and not going too far. I absolutely love what you've done with it. You can tell that every single room has really been well thought out and well executed. Aye, there's been a load of care and attention and a load of time put into this. Fair play to you. However, I think it's about time we get onto the main party trick of this build, and that's the secret basement. Did you notice that car sitting outside before? Ah yeah, that one there. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is actually a workbench. And if one was to, you know, interact with said workbench, it will actually put you into the foundations of the prefab itself, which, as you can see, Mon Petit Fleurs, makes for an absolutely fantastic basement. I would have never even thought of doing that in a million years, and the use of that particular workbench is really bloody clever. Now, as Jackamara stated, the vines on the outside of the build actually serve a dual purpose. They cover all the goings-on of the basement from the outside. Again, very bloody clever, and they look very bloody good as well, don't they? Aye, of course they do. Now, the final little clever piece of ingenuity I'm going to show you before we wrap this one up is the exit of the basement. There you go, you see? How bloody cool is that? Absolutely spectacular work. I bloody love how you've made this prefab your own. Andoril, thank you very much for entering this week. The work you've done on this is incredible. Everything's clean, everything works absolutely perfectly. Yeah, thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the #1 spot. More than well deserved. And thank you to everyone who entered this week. It was a bloody tough one. All of your builds were incredible. It really is tough choosing who, you know, makes it into the top 5. And like I always say, guys, I know it's disheartening when you don't get in, but just keep submitting. You are keeping the camp building community alive, and thank you so much for that. Also, a massive thank you to Jackamara for judging this week. I know it's not easy, mate, but you've done an absolutely brilliant job with this one. Some good choices. If you lot could go over to his channel, show him some love, again, I'm sure he'd much appreciate it. To all my channel members and Patreons, thank you very much for the extra support. It is much appreciated. If that's anything you guys are interested in, there's a link down in the description, along with links to all my other socials and merch as well. Anyhow, as I say it north, I will love you and leave you, and I'll catch you at next one. Have fun, everybody.